Okay, when you are ready to create your survey, you need to go to a new tab in your Chromebook, click on the little dice at the top and find Google Forms. Because this is a survey, we want to do a blank form. There is no right or wrong answer, we just want to know people's opinions. So click on blank form. Then you're going to give it a name at the top and on the title. So we want to have everyone's name that is in your group in the upper left side. So in my group, it is Bob, Joe, Mary, and myself. Okay, you also want to make sure that you have a title. It likes to predict things, so you notice that it automatically transferred Bob, Joe, Mary, and Bitter. I'm going to change that to Take My Survey or Which Snack Do You Like, whatever you want. If you want to give form descriptions, you can. I'm not going to. Okay, you do need to make sure that you add collaborators. So click on the three dots in the corner where it says More. Go down to where it says Add Collaborators and type in everyone's email that is in your group. Please make sure that you add myself, Ms. Bitter, as a collaborator as well so I can give you credit for this. If you don't know my email, it is on Canvas and you can look it up as well. It is rubitter@wsd.net. So once you're done sharing, then you're ready to build your survey. So your survey questions should help you to figure out which of all the foods people have the most interest in trying. And after that, you want to figure out what kinds of things would help you to know about taste, texture, ingredient choices. So you want to ask questions that will help guide you. So first, I'm going to ask questions that help them choose. So the first question I'm going to ask is, which of these foods would you like to eat most right now? Now you could phrase that a little differently, saying choose your favorite or what's the best snack. You can choose different words. This is just what I want to put. The different options that you have are right here. Multiple choice makes them choose one thing.
Come to the office.
So you're going to choose one option here. I want to have them choose between my pineapple smoothie, my apple cookies, and what was my third thing? I'm going to go with a turkey wrap. Okay, now that I have my three foods that my group came up with from the day before that should be fast, you can make them in under 20 minutes. The ingredients are on my supply list of available foods, and you can make sure that they're healthy. Then I need to find a picture because people don't always know what you're imagining. So there's a couple ways to add pictures. Click on the square that says Add Image, and then you have some choices. The easiest are going to be Google Images and by URL. I will show you both. Google Images, you just type in what you want. I want a pineapple smoothie. You want to look for the image that best resembles what you're imagining. So I'm going to go with this one right here. Okay, really thick smoothie, pineapple, nice and smooth. So I stick my picture in. It looks great. My apple cookies, most people think, oh, apple cookies, and they think of something that I might not be thinking of. So I'll show you what it looks like here. Cookies themselves have a lot of sugar and they take too long. So none of these have the picture of what I need. So I'm not going to be able to use Google Images on this one. I'm going to click on By URL. That means I need to open a new tab and type in what I'm looking for. In this case, apple cookies. Then I'm going to go to Images and I'm going to find the picture that best represents what I'm looking for. So these are the apple cookies that I was thinking of. Okay, to get this image from Google, you'll need to right click or two finger touch the image, go down to Open Image in New Tab, and that opens it up by itself. Then I can copy the URL, Control C, go back to my survey, and I can paste the URL, Control V, and it should insert it. Okay, so now there's those two ways to add a picture. I would find the turkey wrap later, but I just want to show you a few more features. If you want to make a question required, meaning that they have to answer it before they can submit the survey, click Required and it turns it purple. Another kind of question that I wanted to show you is one where they can choose multiple things. So we're going to click checkboxes. Let's pretend I want to know what kinds of apples people like. So I'm going to ask, which apples do you like best? And then I'm going to stick different kinds of apples. So I want to know kind of ingredient choice, what people might like. So I could put in the technical name of the apples, like Pink Lady, or I could just put in a general term like green apples. Those are called Granny Smith, by the way. Okay, let's say I want to have a red apple, which is also known as Red Delicious. And I could keep listing all the different things that I want to have be options. Okay, it helps if you have pictures. So again, clicking on the image, this one is usually pretty simple to find. Pink Lady apple. Once it loads, then I'll select the picture that I like best. That's actually a pretty good representation. Okay, and that way they know kind of what you're talking about. If it's just a color, most people kind of know what you mean, but it would be good to have a picture as well. So you can have all your pictures there. I'm going to get a red apple just because it's an easy one. Let's see if one comes up. Great, that's a good one right there. So it goes pretty fast, especially if you're working as a team. It goes really fast. If you begin with the end in mind and you decide which questions do we want to ask, and then you assign everybody to focus on those questions, you could be editing the same survey at the same time. So maybe someone is working on pictures and someone is working on typing. Maybe someone is working on a specific type of question so that you guys get done faster. Okay, another kind of question that I wanted to show you was like a scale. So with this one, you want to do linear scale. With this one, they're going to choose between this and that. I want to ask a question about my pineapple smoothie. So I want to know what kind of flavors do people like more? Do they like a sweet, really sweet kind of smoothie or more of a tart and tangy smoothie? So I'm going to ask a question about taste. How sweet do you like your smoothies? So I'm going to have one option, super sweet, or really tangy. Tangy tart, you could just say sour, or make it a fun name. And I'm going to do really sweet. Okay, I'm also going to make this one required. Maybe you want to ask a question about allergies, or you want to have them have the option to type whatever they would like. Those tend to be a little challenging because you could get whatever, and it doesn't really help you to specifically pinpoint certain things, but maybe you do want to have an open-ended question. If you do, then you probably want to choose the short answer. Okay, so I'm going to ask a question. Do you have any food allergies? Okay, question. If so, what are they? So on this one, I have a text here where they can type, and I'm going to make it required. Okay, if I choose not to have it required, that means they may not answer it. Try and keep your survey questions to about 4 to 7 questions. Don't do more than about 7. It gets too long. No one wants to take a really long survey. Okay, if at any time you want to see what it will look like for those taking your survey, the little eyeball up here will show you what it looks like. This is what it will look like for those that take my survey. Okay, as of right now, that's what it appears like. If you want to keep editing, you can click the pencil or just exit that tab and it takes you back to your form. Okay, on your settings, with this, you might want to manage how your responses are collected. If you want to collect email addresses, they will have to do it through their school email. So you can't send it to anyone's phone. So if you don't want to have that, you might want to unclick restrict to users in Weber School District. So if you unclick that, then other people can answer your survey that aren't using their school email. If you restrict it to the people in the organization and limit it to one response, then they have to use their school email to answer the survey. Okay? That's up to you how you want to do that. But those two things are good to know about. When your survey is ready to go, you can personalize it with things up here and have fun. But when it's ready to go, you click on send, and there are a couple of ways to share this. When you have this little envelope, you're going to send emails. So you type in whoever's email you want. So if I want to share this with Miss Lloyd, okay, I can find Miss Lloyd there. I can click on her. Maybe I want to share this with Mrs. Jameson. So there's Mrs. Jameson. You could ask your friends what their emails are and you could send it. I would send no more than 5 at a time, just in case something happens, you don't want to have to retype. Another way to send this is through a link. So you can get a link and you can shorten it, and then you can send it through at lunchtime, like your phone or your chats. You can make a short little QR code, generate one, and make a QR code out of this, and you can share it that way. It doesn't really matter how you want to share it, you just need to share it. So once your survey is complete, share it with as many people as you can, because you need at least 20 responses by Monday, or whenever the due date is, to have them ready. Okay, if you have questions or get stuck, you can ask each other, you can send me an email or talk with me, and that's how you create your Google form.